Thank you, everyone. Hi, bonjour et bienvenue. My name is Dr. Gemma King. I'm Senior Lecturer in French Studies at the ANU. Oh gosh, there's a big photo of me that I didn't know was coming. My research is focused on mostly contemporary France and the French-speaking world, but from a decolonial, decentered, multicultural, multilingual perspective. So I do these studies as a researcher mostly on cinema, but also on museums, and in particular, the city of Paris. So in global Paris, history, culture history, and identity in the French capital, our object of study is the city itself. So most of us, especially from an Australian perspective, have a pretty cliched impression of what Paris is. You know, Emily in Paris, Amélie, all of this has a lot of cultural power in our society, and that side of Paris exists. But it is only one of a very many different faces of the city of Paris, which is not only one of the largest cities in Europe, it's also the tourism capital of the world, a long-term migration destination for a really diverse range of communities from around the world. It's home to many diasporas, and it is also the capital of the French Empire, which of course in the past was much more powerful than it is now, but it continues to have a really powerful influence in the world that bears interrogation. So our aim when visiting Paris, we spend 2.5 weeks living in the city, living in a 17th century lodge. You know, you'll have your own little Louvre windows that you can sit at and look at the beautiful architecture. But you'll also spend 2.5 weeks living in the real city. And I say that with metaphorical air quotes. We spend a lot of time looking at probably what we would consider classical cultural institutions. We do go to the Louvre, we do go to Montmartre, but we don't go to these places in order to perpetuate stereotypical ideas of what France is. We go there to question what France is. We also go to multicultural communities, we go into historical districts, we go to historical sites, we also go to where people actually just live their lives, and we use our French in order to engage with this diverse site from a decolonial perspective. So, I'm not going to refer to that nude picture of me talking in front of a museum. But we spend a little bit of time in the classroom in order for you to give your presentations that you will give to your comrades on a museum of your choice, phrased kind of like a travel guide. But most of the time, our activities will be out in the city. So visiting museums, we'll be doing walking tours around various districts, and interacting with Parisians of various different professions and origins. So this course is only open to students of advanced level French, which means that you need to have completed Intermediate 2. Don't worry, I can see some stressed faces, those who haven't done it. You need to have completed Intermediate 2, or the Sounds of French, or an equivalent advanced level French course in order to apply for this course. We can take 20 students, and so we'll be inviting applications in coming February 2023. Everyone who's eligible will get an email inviting an application. Basically what you need to do, I'm not interested in your grades, I'm interested in your motivations. So I will invite everyone who's interested to apply with 100 words in French, explaining why you want to do the course. And so people who say, I want to go to Paris, it's just not enough. I want to know what your personal, intellectual, linguistic, and professional motivations are for wanting to take a course like this. And then I'll assess and select with a group, with a committee, those who have the strongest motivations, and also we'll look a little bit at the quality of your written French. But it's not the primary criterion. So the course, in addition to your flights, so similar to Bruce's course, you'll need to get yourself over there and we'll meet in Paris. I can help you with that if you're not used to traveling on your own, but otherwise people can arrive in Europe and leave whenever they wish and combine it with other activities. So you'll need to get yourself to Paris, and then the course, accommodation, dinner, breakfast, and visits costs will be between $2,500 and $3,000. probably closer to the 2,500, but please don't hold me to that because I'm currently trying to get the calculations together post-COVID. But there are scholarships that are available, including the Ethel Torrey Language Scholarship, which is a travel scholarship for students. It's not guaranteed, but you are eligible for that scholarship, as well as other CAS funding, which I think we'll be talking about a bit later. I think that's probably all I really wanted to mention. And then to invite my student Elias to come and speak about 2018 Global Paris, because that was the last time we were able to run it. So please forgive him with business.
Hi everyone. So I went in 2018 to the Global Paris course, and just a few things to say about it. One, it was a lot of fun. We learned a lot. As well, obviously being a language course, being in the place where they speak the language, and for 2.5 weeks speaking.
Yeah, not 14 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking, listening, writing, etc. in the language, in an intensive period, makes a massive difference to the level of your French. And then, as Gemma mentioned, it's a very kind of critical analysis of Paris. So you're looking at it from a perspective of historical colonisation, neocolonialism, all that kind of stuff. So it's a really rich perspective to take on Paris, not just the kind of stereotypical idea of what Paris is. So yeah, a lot of fun, highly recommend. Thanks.